Okay, it's time for a new rant video, and I just want to start off by saying, although some of the time I get quite a good views when it comes to rant videos, it's not something that I enjoy having to do because I'm not a negative person. But sometimes when there are things that go on, and especially with this current video, that happen, you just have to sit there and kind of not tolerate poor service. And this rant video will be about the Royal Mail, which I don't know if most people, unless you're outside the UK, they're one of the major delivery services. Obviously, you've got the independent ones like that are around, but obviously it's the Royal Mail when it comes to letters and stuff like that. So my complaint starts off with I ordered a parcel off of eBay, and I know that this is nothing to do with the actual seller themselves because I've heard that the delivery is quite quick and they've got quite very good ratings, so they're not to blame. And obviously, this item is something that I saw at a cheap price and something that I actually wanted. So I ordered it, which was fine. You obviously use the Apple Pay because it's usually much easier and much more straightforward. And the item was actually dispatched pretty quickly, so that wasn't a problem. And then the raw mail were dealing with the parcel, so obviously they give you a tracking number, which you have different options as the sender. If you're sending something important, you can use the 48-hour delivery service, which obviously is going to cost you more. You've got normal recorded delivery, or you've got special delivery, which you have to sign for and stuff like that. So anyway, the item's been sent off, and I'm still waiting for the item. And then the item was supposed to come Monday, which was the 6th of August. And it was going to come between that Monday and the previous Friday, so a couple days before, and it never arrived. And then when I kept checking, it was stuck at various different sorting offices, and obviously they sent it from one sorting office, and eventually they sent it to my local sorting office for me to be to be delivered to me. So anyway, Monday comes, which is the 6th, as I said, not arrived, so it's already late. Tuesday evening, so I thought to myself, maybe it's gonna come Tuesday. Tuesday comes along, nothing, and then Tuesday evening I get an email saying that the item is going to be delivered on the Wednesday, which will be this. I'm trying to think what day that would be. Hold on, bear with me. Which will be the 7th. So sorry. So Monday was the 5th that it was made. It was the 5th of August when it was supposed to have come, and Wednesday the 7th have come, and it said that it was going to come on the 7th of August, and it was coming between 2 minutes past 12 and 2 minutes past 4 p.m. That obviously deadline's passed, and it's got to half 4. Still not arrived. So then I've tried to email or message them on Twitter, which they're complete, or X's or whatever you want to call it. They're completely crap because half the time they don't even really answer you, or eventually they do if you're very persistent in trying to talk to them. And also I've got the tracking number and telling them what's happened, and then no response multiple times. So then obviously I rang up on that Wednesday. I said, look, the item was supposed to come on Monday, hasn't arrived, and they said it was going to come on Wednesday at that time, and it hasn't arrived. The guys said to me, oh, it's stuck at this particular sorting office, and it still could come that day, or it will come Thursday. So I'll kind of keep checking on the tracking number. So Thursday's come, so it's early afternoon, still hasn't arrived. When I've looked to track the actual item, it's still in the same sorting office. It hasn't moved at all. So then I rang back up, complained again, and I complained to the second person. I said, look, this is absolutely getting ridiculous with the item. It's supposed to be 48-hour delivery, and it's been nearly 4 days late, and it still has not arrived yet. And I don't know kind of what's going on. I'm kind of not, I'm conveying to the person that I'm not really happy, obviously without swearing or being offensive. And then they've obviously taken my complaint on board, taken my details, and then give me a reference number. So they said to me, to keep checking that it could come today, which is the 8th, or it could come on Friday, which is the 9th. Would be the 9th. So anyway, I'm refreshing the page every 5 minutes, and it's still saying it's stuck at the sorting office. And then I refresh it again, and then it said that my item's been delivered. And I'm like, hang on a minute, I'm in my living room, there's been no knock at the door, no doorbell been rung. What's going on? They've then shown you a picture of the parcel, saying that it's been put in a safe place. And all they've basically done is that they've put it right at the corner of my doorstep, which basically means that anybody that walks past could easily sit there, see my parcel, and then take it. Worst of all, obviously, that they can obviously take the parcel, and it's got my details on there. So anybody, and we've heard of multiple things in the UK, and I guess that this will be across the world, where we've heard of people stealing people's identity, or what they call it, identity theft, right? I know, and as before, I've only noticed it because when I saw the photograph, I wrote, hang on a minute, that's my doorstep. So I've gone outside, seen the parcel, taken it in, and I was absolutely livid, because there's been a numerous amount of, not just with the Royal Mail, but other private delivery companies, where they don't deliver, they just dump it at your door. Some of them even ring your doorbell, leave it at the doorstep, and then just go off, or they just leave it there and they don't even ring the doorbell. And the amount of thefts that have been in my area, of people stealing parcels and then obviously taking it. Just April, I witnessed somebody steal someone else's parcel from the road adjacent from where my road is. The guy was crouching down in my garage, stealing the actual parcel and tearing it apart, and then thrown wherever the empty carcass of the parcel over my over my wall. And even when I took a photograph of the guy, reported it to the police just took the description, didn't even want to take the photograph of the I had taken of the guy stealing the actual item. And the amount of times I've had to report to the council or to the police about people having their parcel stolen, or it's happened to us, to my family personally, where we've had parcels being stolen. And obviously these companies, whether it's the Royal Mail or whoever it is, don't really care, because these items are insured, so the seller can then claim it back through through whoever is the company that they've used, and then obviously you can do the same as the same. So they don't even really care. So I've complained, and I was angry with that person, the person who I phoned the third time, again not sworn, and I basically said that whoever it is that delivered it is not only incompetent, but they should be fired, in my honest opinion, because if they're doing it to me, they're kind of doing it to everybody else. And to me, it's absolute poor service and absolute laziness. And especially when it's the Royal Mail, a big established company that have obviously been around for hundreds of years in the UK, and you would expect proper quality service. And the fact that how much it costs for them to say, if you want to do a 40-hour delivery service, record delivery and special delivery, how much it costs to pay for these services. And even the price of a first class stamp and a second class stamp in the UK now is very, very, very expensive, and you're not even getting quality for value for service. So again, they've taken my details, and they're obviously gonna do a complaint. I'm not expecting very much in terms of, let's say, the manager formally apologizing for what's happened, and then telling you that they dealt with it, or even some form of communication, because they don't really give a crap anyway. And it's not the first time that the Royal Mail have done it, because we've seen Channel 4 programs like Dispatches, where they showed they got an undercover reporter into the Royal Mail and other delivery services. Then we've seen how they throw around people's parcels and open people's letters, which, by the way, that's happened to me, where I've had letters opened up, obviously trying to see if there's any money or something important in it. And it just shows you how bad. And that's why sometimes I don't like ordering things online anymore, because although it's cheaper, and especially with video games in the UK, where there's barely any places to order like certain Blu-rays or video games anymore, because obviously especially with Blu-ray movies now, places like CX will do Blu-rays or DVDs secondhand. But if you're something that wants something like a new release, it's very rare are very difficult now to find places that actually sell Blu-rays, you know, or DVDs or video games. I don't know what it's like in North America or in Canada or anywhere else around the world, but in UK now it's pretty much, you pretty much can't find anywhere that sells video games. Now you pretty much have to order it unless you've got places like Argos, and even then they're not competitive with the actual pricing of their games, and so it's cheaper to buy it online. But again, you kind of take your pick on whether or not you know, that you're going to get your item. A few years ago, a friend of mine sent me a something, some stuff for my birthday, and it was sent in a big parcel, and he paid the extra money to send it special delivery. And then when it came to my birthday, he found it strange that I never thanked him for. I thanked him for the card, but not for the gift. So I said to him, "Oh, I didn't realize you sent one." He goes, "Yeah, he did." So then obviously, because he spent it special delivery, he then tracked it at his sorting office. When he went there, they went to track to find what was going on. They found the cardboard box, which would have had the items in there, totally stripped out. So somebody in the sorting office actually nicked the actual items inside of the actual box. And obviously it had my name in it. I've even been banned from certain sites, not because I've done anything. It's been where in the past where I used to order video games and Blu-rays from certain sites, they basically got fed up of having to keep sending me replacement items because my items would keep getting stolen. And then when I actually changed my name, instead of using my middle name, I can't remember what I ever use. My items would actually turn up. So yeah, the Royal Mail, as well, they're not in my good books. And then the guys are asking me, how's my day been so far? Which is not his fault, but obviously it's absolutely ruined my day. And luckily, because I was refreshing it quite regularly on the page to see when my item was where it was being tracked, luckily I was able to get my item, and now I can do that unboxing of it for my YouTube channel. And it was an item that I really wanted. So I'm hoping that the item is intact and, you know, like not damaged. But that's why now I don't really like ordering stuff. And then considering that this is the very big difference, where I ordered a 2022 MacBook Air, and that was ordered from John Lewis, which people have seen an unboxing video of it. So thank you again to all the views that that have been had on that video. I know it's a bit long, but you know, I wanted to, you know, go into proper detail, so that in case, you know, like maybe you may or may not want to buy the particular product, you know, the pros and cons. And that was used by a delivery service from a company called DPD. Again, with them, I've had hit and miss with them. But what I did like with what they do is that when they tell you the day and the time of when the item was going to come, it was a little bit late by a couple of minutes, but you know, I can live with that. They give you a code in the email, and then you have to read it back to the actual driver, who's holding your parcel. Then they take the picture of you actually holding it, the actual parcel, and then obviously, you know, you've got it. And I think that's a kind of a really good service, because at least you can turn and say, you know what, that wasn't me holding it, and that can be sorted out. So imagine, if you will, it was the Royal Mail that was delivering my MacBook, and then they just left it outside, and then somebody had stolen it. And even up until recent, I don't have a problem with Barclays, where they rang up the first time because when I was trying to buy this particular the MacBook, I was going half and half of it with a relative, and I decided to put my share into their account, because that person couldn't go to the bank because of certain, the person had just had surgery. And then when I went to pay for it for John Lewis, it wouldn't go for the security thing again, because of probably the price of it, which is fair enough. And then I needed to then not only transfer back my money that I paid him, but that person's money, half of the money. The first person said, oh, they couldn't do it, but they didn't know why the security thing didn't go through, which they should have known. The second person sat there and then said they can't do transfers of the phone, even though one of the options on Barclays only thing allows you to do it, allows you to do a transfer, which doesn't make any sense. And they said that they can't do it, and then me and the other person would have to go to the branch, which I've got mobility issues, and obviously people know that most of the banks now have been closing their branches. So now, to me, to go to my local Barclays branch is quite a walk away. And there's a lot of even if I'm gonna go there by bus, there's lots of Thames Water been digging up the road, so it's hard getting a bus because obviously there are lots of diversions. And then rang up the third person. I explained to them what's going on. I explained to them that the person's account that I paid into can't do it because they've just had major surgery. So then they said, oh, they apologise. And to be fair to that person, they did try to sort it out. They said, oh, they can't see why they can't do it. So they attempted to do it. They said, okay, we'll put it on hold. It was on hold for 15 minutes. And then absolutely nothing. The phone goes dead. Tried to bring them back. And then the phone's gone. The service thing has closed. So in the end, my brothers had to sort it out in getting my money back and get any other half money to pay for the MacBook Pro. And then I've just paid for it and used Apple Pay. Went through, not a problem. And then obviously got it next day, as I've explained in the actual video. But so I don't know what's going on with customer services, and when it comes to especially the UK. I don't know what it's like in places like North America, Canada, anywhere else around the world. If you're having problems with delivery services or poor customer service from well-established corporations and company. All these corporations these days seem to care about, especially the big wigs and the big suits, seem to care about is making record profits, while they don't seem to be caring about the actual customer. Because if you do good business and the way you treat your customers, then you're going to get the customers staying there, being loyal, and even maybe even so if you think of the right word, even recommending that company to other people, friends of theirs, to use. But I don't know what it's going on where it's like people just don't seem to genuinely care anymore about good customer care. But yeah, the Royal Mail and Stroke Barclays, absolutely not happy with both of those companies at all, especially with the Royal Mail of recent. But yeah, I've managed to finally get the parcel. So again, look out for the unboxing of this video, which hopefully people will actually will love. So I'm hoping that I will not have to do so many rant videos. Again, I'm not really a negative person, or I don't really like complaining. I just like getting on with life in general, because it's just less stress and less raising my blood pressure, and something that I don't need. So yeah, that's my rant over, and hopefully it will be the last for quite a while.